G'day guys, welcome back. Take two with this black, gold and white pour. Forgot my cup. Right, the previous one, my paints were a little on the thin side, so I've thickened them up just a touch. I've still gone 1-to-1 with the Floetrol to all the paints. So the black's 1-to-1. The white I did 1-to-1 and then I added the satin enamel, so it's a little bit thicker this time because last time I mixed that up and then I did that 1-to-1. The gold this time, this is the Decoart Metallics 24K, but in the tub, not the little bottle. I've mixed that 1-to-1. Last time I did 1.5 parts Floetrol to 1 part gold. This is 1-to-1, so I've thickened that up a little bit too. And hopefully we'll get a better result. And I'm not going to do a white puddle this time, only because, you know, obviously white and black makes grey, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to layer into my cup and see what we can get. Now I've only made up 1/2 cup of the gold and 1 cup of the black and white. I won't use as much of the gold, so probably half the amount of gold in comparison to the black and the white, because the gold really does take over. So just a little bit in there. And I'm just going to keep layering until it's all gone. I don't think I've got enough black, actually. I didn't make up any extra this time. I think I probably need to. Maybe not. I've got a little bit of white left. I can use that as my flow enhancer. I didn't actually use all the gold either. There's a little bit left, so let's leave that because it is so strong. And I'm just going to do a pour straight into the middle there. I'll do a jiggle pour, and then I'll put some white around the edges to help the paint flow because I have got some white left. Okay, here we go. I'll get nice and close to the surface so that the paints don't blend too much. So I'm kind of just doing a fold. Oops, I need to get closer. Starting to get a little bit wobbly. So when your lines get a bit wobbly, that's telling you that you need to get a bit closer to the surface. So it looks as if I've got grey on one side, gold on the other. Oh, here comes the black. Yay! I have a black centre. Yay! Happy about that. Oh, I can see fingerlings. I think this will be better by the looks of it. It looks as if it's going to be better. So just really slow down your jiggles when you get to the bottom. I do want more paint to come out, so I'm just going to really slow it down. And then when you're ready, put your finger on the end like that, so that you catch your drips. Okay, well that's looking still very gold, but I can see the white in there, and I've got some black. Still got some grey. The only way you can not get the grey is obviously not have the black and the white next to each other, but I do have the black and the white next to each other, so now you'd have to put black, gold, white, gold, black, you know, to keep the black and the white apart from each other, but there's too much gold. What I want to do next is do this same colour, but put in like a dark Prussian blue as well. And that way I can put the blue between the black and the white to stop it going grey. And then of course the gold and the blue will make like a turquoise. So that's the next thing I want to do. I think that'll look really pretty, don't you think? So that's my plan for my next one, but I wanted to get this just black, white and gold down first. Let's see how that went. And then move on to one that's got some blue in it. I think that'll look really pretty. Just using up my leftover white here. And this is just going to help the paint flow over the edges. And then if I don't get to the corners, I can have a little bit of white on the corners, which I won't mind at all because there's not a lot of white in there. So I won't mind if I keep a little bit of white on the corners. I may actually try and do that. I don't know how successful I'll be, but we'll see what happens. All depends on the composition really once you start stretching things out. Okay, that'll do. Torch. Let's give it a quick torch. Looks like a little star right there in the night. Now I may get rid of some of the grey. No, probably not, because look at those gorgeous fingerlings. Okay, let's do a circle. Nice and slow, just to spread everything out a little bit. If it starts to wobble out of shape, don't go any further. You can just go to one of the corners. I've got a lot of paint just here. There it's not really moving, here it's moving, so I'm going to take that off the corner. Actually just stop there, because as I said, I want to see if I can keep some of that white negative space. I can always go back to that corner later if I need to. Back to the middle. No rush, take your time. I really like this dark, the black with a little bit of gold going into it, so I'll try and keep some of that and maybe get rid of some of this on the bottom here. Hopefully I'm not losing my composition too much. It doesn't have to be matchy-matchy. I just know that I wanted to keep that black. What are those blobs there? They're weird. All right, let's get rid of some of this black down the bottom here. And I'm going to go over that corner and just do this, sort of kind of keep it a bit on the diagonal maybe. I'll just put it down and see what I think of that. Yeah, I'm really not liking that grey. I might actually take that whole corner off. I'll turn it around so you can see. Don't know that that's actually helped because it's just stretched my fingerlings out. This mix still seems really thin. I don't know why. All right, I'm just going to go for that corner. Looks as if hopefully I haven't ruined my composition. Maybe I've got too much paint, maybe that's the problem. I could have too much paint. Well, I've lost a lot of my black. The gold is better. It's a bit thicker. Still not wonderful though. Give it a torch. I do like the fact that you can see the white, those little thin white lines through there. I do like that. So I think I'll just leave it there. Got some interesting like webbing through there. I'll take you down for a close-up so you can see. It's really unusual. I've never really got that before. Not sure what that is, but it's quite pretty. Alrighty. Yeah, as I said, I think my mix is still too thin, but I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to move on to the one with the blue and see how we go with that one. Just getting my gloves off. All right, I'll take you down for close-up. So it's got much more white in it this time, which is really pretty. Okay. So that's the area there I was talking about, that kind of white webbing there. Really unusual. So my fingerlings haven't really stayed in shape, and I'm putting that down to my mix is still too thin. I'm not really used to working with this Decoart gold, so I may have to thicken it up even more, although 1 to 1 you'd think that would be enough, hey? So I've got some really cool little designs happening. Got a little bit of the fingerlings happening in the middle there, and the gold and the white stripes there, those are really pretty. And then up here we're moving more into the grey look. Again, still really pretty. You know, not what I was expecting at all, but it's still pretty. And just because it's not what I had in my head doesn't mean that it didn't work. It just worked in a different way. And there's that weird webbing. That's the center there. It's really pretty. And again, it's going to be really nice and shiny once it dries. So if I can focus, there we go. So, hope you've enjoyed that. Hope you've learnt a little bit about consistencies and how they work together with the paint. There we go, there's my shimmer. And I will see you for the next one when I put some blue in it and see how that goes. And I might thicken everything up. We'll see what happens. Not sure yet. All right, thanks for watching. See you for the next one. Bye for now.